What up? What up? Audrey and Kendall, welcome to the Brolog podcast.
Hey,
Except with
hey.
you
Heck
guys,
yeah.
maybe it should be, I don't know, the sis log, sister log.
Somehow that doesn't have as good of a ring to it.
No, I think we're cooking there. I think we're cooking with something. But it's like it's overcooked. Like it's I don't know
Like
if
the
you've
way the
ever
kids say it
used.
these days.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Speaking of overcooked, we have a steel pan, stainless steel pan. We're trying to learn how to cook like in ways that aren't cancerous.
Mhm.
And it was like crazy. Why have we not thought of that before? And I'm terrible at cooking with a stainless steel pan. Just so awful. I always get it way too hot. And there's like the trick where, you flick some water on it and like the water droplets will go crazy. And you're like, once they're doing the boogie woogie, that's when you can put stuff on it. Anyway, I have burned so many things on that stainless steel pan. So
Oh.
Dude,
would
I
I
hear ya.
rather, yeah, I kind of prefer cancer at this point.
I just got myself a stainless steel pan from IKEA, and I'm figuring out I'm on the same learning curve as you, so we'll have to
Yeah.
compare notes.
Oh man, my notes is that I burned everything. So if you figure it out, I just want to throw it away. I'm so sick of it. But
my
we
notes are
spent,
that I
like, a
haven't used
decent
it in a
chunk of
couple
change.
weeks, so yeah.
Nice.
Well, you also haven't been home in a couple weeks, so.
Fair enough.
This is
Yeah,
so true.
you're right. Thank you.
And the reason
Yeah, I know.
you haven't been home in a couple weeks is because, drum roll please, you're getting married.
If only.
Because Caden is pregnant.
Not again.
Not
Pregante.
again. Is because we went on a freaking cousin cruise and it was so rad and so hip. And we have Audrey and Kendall as special guests to talk about the cruise because you don't just want to hear boring old Caden talk about it. I know you want to
So
hear me
true.
talk about it, but Caden, he just doesn't have the same buttery smooth, what is it, timbre that I have? Timbre?
I've heard it timbre, but I don't actually
Yeah.
know how
Timbre?
to say it.
Like tambourine?
Audrey would
short
probably
for
know.
tambourine.
Yeah, Kendall, you're right.
Yes.
Wow. Dang. Tambourine, which is a cousin of the tangerine.
Close relative.
Is that how
Funny
that
enough.
works?
Yeah. So
Speaking
I
of
got some
cousins.
questions. Oh, speaking of cousins, the
Yeah,
wordplay is
I was just
insane
rolling
right
it back.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love it.
Way to bring it all together.
Yeah. You guys are good at this. Maybe y'all should be doing the podcast, honestly.
Once we get a name, we'll do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once
It's
you
in
get
the
a name
works.
and figure out the stainless steel situation, you'll be
Oh, seriously.
good to go. Yes. So for those who don't know, which I would imagine that you all know who Kendall and Audrey are because Mom and Dad, you're the only ones listening right now.
Right now.
Right now. But I don't know, like 40 years from now, we might have a few more followers.
Yeah, most likely.
Kendall is the older bird sister, and Audrey is the younger bird sister. And they complete the bird family, the bird quintuplet of children. And it's an honor to have them here today. And just going to
Thanks,
rattle off a
Grant.
few questions. You're welcome. Because we want to hear, the people want to hear about your cruise experience.
Oh,
We want to
stop.
know,
Good, stop
they
it,
do.
please.
they're banging down the door and intruding my home. And because I just want to hear about how much fun you guys had. So with that being
Okay.
said, the first question I have for you, and we'll start with you, Kendall, is just share something that you loved about the cruise that happened on the ship. And then after, we'll have a follow-up question, something that you loved that happened on an excursion.
Oh gosh, I had a hard time with this question because there was so much happening on the ship. I think within our first 5 minutes of being on the ship, we were like, man, I feel like I'm at the Lotus Cafe or whatever they call it in Percy Jackson. There's just so much going on that I'm going to get sucked in and I'm not going to know how much time I'm spending here or what's going on.
Mhm.
And I mean, yeah, there were activities left and right. I loved the free soft serve all day, every day. I loved the trivia that you could go to. I loved the little flash mob dance thing that the Bird Sisters did. But honestly, I think what I loved the most about being on the ship was being waited on hand and foot. I've never had that kind of all-inclusive
Yep.
experience before. But
Shout
our
out Neville.
fancy, seriously, and
Mr.
Gingy.
Longbottom.
Yeah, but our fancy dinners every night, those were insane. Coming back to
Yeah.
a cute little towel animal in my
Oh,
freshly
yeah.
cleaned room after dinner every night. Like, that is just, well, and even when we're up in the Windjammer, the top deck buffet that everybody goes to every meal, and you've got employees
Mhm.
coming over to you asking if they can bring you a drink or get you anything else. And that is just a level of service that I'm not accustomed to as, a fast food store brand, bottom of the barrel kind of gal.
Yeah, yeah, I'm
So,
with
yeah.
you. What really impressed me about the professionalism and just the kindness of the staff is even if I'm walking in the hallways of one of the stateroom decks just to get back to my room, um, they would never ignore me or pretend they didn't see me. It was always a
Right.
friendly hello. How is your day going? And I was like,
Mhm.
you don't have to do that. I'm sure hundreds of people walk by you every day, but I am, absolutely confident that you say hi to all of them.
Yeah. It
So
was astounding how pleasant everyone was all the time, and the fact that it seemed sincere was the
Mhm.
most, like, mind-boggling. Like, it seemed like they really enjoyed being there and doing what they were doing.
Yeah, I
yeah,
think they were just grateful to have the job that they do because most of them weren't from the US, so it was, like, a big thing to have such a fancy job.
yeah,
Fair.
yeah, I would agree. I know a lot of them were sending money back home to their family. So I'm not saying that working on the cruise was an escape from poverty or anything, but I know that that job allowed them to provide for their family in a much more meaningful way than we probably know about. So,
Yeah,
why not have a good attitude about that?
totally.
Yeah, great answer. I would definitely agree.
Thanks.
Audrey, what was something that you loved that happened on the ship?
So very top of the line was definitely the ice cream machines.
Of course.
Okay, but
Just,
what
like,
was what
walking
was your
by
number? What number did you get to?
Kendall, I only had 13.
I only had 7,
Oh
so I
no.
really,
Wow.
really shot myself in the foot there. Could have taken
Yeah,
advantage of that better.
which is crazy because we were together, like, 98% of the trip, so the fact that you didn't get ice cream every time I did
It's
is
wild.
shocking.
Yep.
Yeah. But aside from the ice cream, I thought the ice skating shows were so cool because we went when it was the Winter Olympics, which I guess is still ongoing. And it was like, yeah, there's these super amazing people like in the other side of the country and the other side of the world doing it. But then there's also these people who like probably could be Olympic athletes who are just like ice skating in front of us. And it was so cool.
Yeah, I will
Yeah.
say
Yeah.
I didn't go in there with clear expectations of like what the talent would look like on the ship, but
Mm-hmm.
I was just mind blown at how like amazing these performers were. Genuinely, like, you could tell that they had dedicated their life to it. Even after watching some of the Olympics the past couple days, I've been watching the couples figure skating. I've been like,
Oh,
that
so
girl
good.
who did the main role in that first ice skating show that we
Yes,
saw, like, I genuinely think she's the most beautiful ice skater I've ever seen. Like, she
it was insane.
was amazing. They did such a good job. It
Yeah.
was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I was like, I don't typically watch the figure skating in the Olympics. It's not the most interesting to me.
Boo.
Ooh,
But
tomatoes, tomatoes.
okay. Oh, hey. But the few that I have seen, I'm like, I was just as impressed by the performance that I saw on the cruise ship. So
Yeah.
definitely, yeah, no
Hmm.
shortage of talent there.
Yeah.
Um, those people did an awesome job. But yeah, we'll do a little, this is kind of like a snake draft. We'll go back to you for the next question, Audrey. Again, something that you loved, but rather than on the ship, what was something from an excursion that we did at one of our stops that stood out to you?
Um, we went to this place in Roatan, Honduras, where we got to like pet dolphins and watch them do tricks and snorkel with them. And dolphins are my favorite animal, and I have been waiting like my
I didn't
entire
know
life
that.
to actually see them in real life. Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so that
Sorry.
was just like so cool.
Heartbroken.
Everything about it. The trainers were like so cute with them, and it was fun to see how dolphins always just like were attracted back to their trainer. They didn't want to go off with each other, which was
Hmm.
cool. And also, our step grandma Margine, we went to this like monkey sanctuary where they climbed on us, and she was like hiding behind her grandpa the entire time, which I thought was so funny.
She was not
She
having
was,
it.
I know.
yeah. Andreas the monkey.
He
I
was wild.
love that monkey. I love that little head.
I know. I love that he dipped himself in water and then so he could jump on us
That was,
and get us
yeah.
all wet.
Yeah, yeah. And I
Messy
stood
guy.
right next to the water bowl.
Yep.
So I got so much monkey juice in my eyeballs.
Ew.
I'm just waiting to go blind any day now. Like I wake up every morning surprised that I could still see. But
Maybe his juices have healing powers.
maybe.
Hard to
So,
know.
That's the
yeah,
most likely solution, I think. Yeah.
yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, those were great experiences. Roatan, the theme of that excursion was definitely the animals that we saw.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
dolphins are fun. I love that they bond so well with humans, and that aside from treats, the other way that you can like get them to do things and be their friend is just to give them a lot of love and attention.
I know.
So
Mhm.
I'm like, it's kind of like how I feel about my daughter Lily right now is she is way more encouraged by having our attention all the time than giving treats and stuff.
Yeah.
She sounds like she's a dog the way that I'm talking about her right now. She's a human baby.
Oh man.
Um,
Jeez.
but yeah, anyway, go Dolphins.
Uh, well, yeah, not to beat a dead horse, but that was my favorite excursion day too. And I think that, since mom and dad are listening and know that I'm the resident animal hater in our family, that's saying something, And I guess I should say I love animals when they are in a setting that I feel like I can safely interact with them. Like
Hmm.
my biggest issue with animals is I feel like they're just really volatile and unpredictable, and I can't protect myself against them. But when we got to hang out with these sloths and monkeys and dolphins, it was in a very like controlled setting where you could also tell that the employees really cared about these animals and they were being taken care of and whatever. Like we didn't spend a ton of time with any of the animals. It was kind of just long enough to meet them and then they got a break to just do their own thing. But it was just so fun to see animals that are so atypical compared to, what we're used to seeing where we live. So it was really fun to interact with them. And I'm always just like amazed at nature. It really is just really cool. Makes you feel small in like a good way, is how I'd
Mhm.
say it.
Hmm. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Next question for you guys is identify something that happened on the cruise that was funny to you. And I know that neither of you laughed the whole time and you
So
were
true about us.
miserable and nothing was funny. So
Hated
Yep.
all 7 days.
that is so sad.
Ugh.
Let's start with you, Kendall. What's something that one of the things that was funny to you?
Oh, well, one of the things I have like a top 3 things that made me laugh the
Mhm.
most.
Oh, nice,
So, thing
nice.
number 1, when we were at the animal sanctuary and that sloth kept trying to grab
Oh my
Matt's
gosh.
shirt, it was just reaching out and like barely missed his shirt every time. That was funny, but the funniest part of it, yes, was Andrew afterwards sticking his 3 fingers out and reaching towards Matt's stomach. That was hilarious to me. Okay, thing number 2 that was hilarious to me was Father Time in the holiday
Oh,
parade.
My
Oh my
goodness.
gosh, that man got down. He was so funny. And then the third thing that I think was more of a shared experience was just that every night at dinner, like you took a single sip of your drink and there was Gingy filling it up for you. And so
Yeah.
I thought it was
Uh,
hilarious how well hydrated all of us were and
I
how like
know.
oh
almost
no.
attacked we were with hydration and refills the
Hydration.
whole time.
Yeah, every single night without fail, I'd have to get up before like this either dessert or the entree and go to the bathroom because I was like, I can't. I've had too much water.
Seriously.
Or
And
lemonade or
chocolate
chocolate milk.
milk.
Yep.
Right, chocolate milk, which
Uh-huh.
was really just cooled down hot chocolate.
Mm.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. That was a
Relentless.
good time.
So relentless.
That's the best word
Yeah.
for it.
This
Yep.
I was if I kind of wish I could go back and like see like how did she know that we needed water so often? Was she just always like kind of peeking around the corner, like
Who
ready to
knows? She had to
strike?
be lurking in the shadows with her beautiful, enormous, friendly
Oh
eyes.
my
Just like,
gosh. I
how can I
know.
help?
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
I
Oh,
know.
I love
want
her. I
everyone
miss
to
her.
say you're welcome like she does. That's so
I know.
perfect.
So
Seriously.
cute.
Yeah. Oh man. Good
What about
stuff.
you, Audrey? Let's hear it.
My very top was Father Time, and I wrote Father Time absolutely busting move and breaking it down because it was so funny. Because for context, there was a parade of like all the different holidays and just like random dancers and whatever, and this was for New Year's Eve, I think. And this man was dressed in like a Gandalf like full gown and like
Uh-huh.
long white beard, long white hair, like not a cute look. But then he like absolutely just like wrecked it, like busted it down. It was so entertaining.
And we had front row seats, so
Oh
like
yeah.
Father Time was looking directly at our group. Like the
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
energy
yeah.
that we were giving off to him, I felt like only like pumped him up more. So I would love to
Oh yeah.
know what on earth he does for his stretch routine because those knees If those were my knees, they'd be begging for mercy. Please, Grant, stop.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I would have gotten
the
whiplash
meniscus
too.
is just screaming.
Honestly.
Yeah, the
I
whiplash.
showed that video to my roommates 2 nights ago, I think, and they were like crying because he was so into it. It was great.
Yeah. Mom and Dad, if you want to see it, I can send it your way.
Yeah.
They will want to see it.
Yeah.
I know that about them.
Father
The
time.
second thing was washy before yummy.
Oh my gosh, how
Oh
could I
my
forget
gosh.
that? Yeah, that was
So funny.
good.
It didn't register with me the first time that they said it. I was like, certainly they would say something like that. And then I was like, oh, you are saying washy before yummy. And then it
To
kind of just
adults.
became, yeah. I was like,
Oh
how
my
did they know that I'd never wash my hands? That's crazy. You guys do your research. Good for you.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
that was
I'm
good.
going to talk about this later in the episode, but I was like, that became my thing, washy before yummy. But I just replace it with any other verb that I could
It's
think
the
of.
best.
Have you said it to Lily yet?
No, I haven't.
Grant.
I have missed opportunity.
Yeah,
But
today's the
You
day.
still
She
got
will.
time. Yeah.
She will learn the ways. Yeah, we're starting to teach her like how to wash her hands because we'll like
Yes.
wipe her hands off after every meal, and they're like,
Mhm.
it does an okay job, but we'll find gunk between her fingers, and I don't know, TMI there. But so we're learning how to wash her hands. So she'll just stick her hands under the running water, but she doesn't get the concept of rubbing them together, and she just kind of looks like perplexed. She's like, I have no idea what to do. Why are we doing this?
She's still developing that dexterity. Give her time.
Yeah. Give her some father time, and then she'll.
Yeah. Exactly.
man.
That's awesome.
All right, washy.
Too good.
So good. Okay,
So
the next
good.
question that I have for you guys is, remind me, this was the first cruise for the both of you?
Mhm.
Yep.
You
Okay, so
too,
new
right?
experience for me as
Oh
well.
yeah.
Okay.
And you're probably like me, you're reflecting on, what went down and how great it was, but thinking about potentially another cruise. So if in the future you both go on a cruise again, what would be something that you would do differently on your next cruise? And we'll start with Kendall.
I wrote 2 things down. The first thing is on a ship like ours that had just so much to do all the time, like I felt like there was so much that I wanted to do all the time, but I hadn't always like done the prep ahead of time to figure out, okay, what is all happening at the same time? What do I want to go to the most? So maybe just like scheduling a little bit better. And like this was a unique scenario, right? Where we had 16 of us on there and a lot of us wanted to be together doing the same things. So like I may not have on my own gone to a volleyball competition, but I would have gone to trivia, But they were all fun. Anyway, so the point is just kind of scoping out a little bit better so I could maximize everything on the ship. Like I didn't do the zip line. There were a couple of things, that I just didn't make the time for because there was so much to do. But the other thing, and this one may be a little controversial, but I would do the later dinner slot. 5 o'clock was a little too
Agreed.
too
That is
early
so
for
controversial.
me.
Dude.
Especially
Sorry. Dry eating right
Hold
now.
together, please.
Especially as the kind of person who likes to stay up late and sleep in late. Like a 7:30
Mm.
dinner would have been fine for me, Which is funny because in my regular life, I get home from work at 3:45 and I'm like, when's dinner? I'm so hungry, you know?
Right.
But on the ship, it was just a little bit different. So that's probably what I would do a little bit differently is change that main dining time.
Mhm.
That is a good one. I agree wholeheartedly.
Thank you.
Yeah. My answer is the same as yours, and it was just like to plan out my days ahead of time. Because like I enjoyed all the things that we did, but it would be nice to know what we were doing before we were doing them.
Mm-hmm.
And
So we can
also
get better seats at the ice skating show or whatever.
so true. And I feel like I wish that I had participated more in some of the things that we did. Like we went and watched people play volleyball and dodgeball, but just like sat there and watched and didn't actually participate. And part of that was because I felt like crap. But assuming that in the future I don't get sick again on a cruise, I would love to participate more.
Fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but it was
Washy
fun to
before
watch too.
sicky.
Yeah, true.
Especially
like,
because
there
we had a
would've been
big
a
enough
better
group where
balance.
like, yeah, true. But I'm like, where we had like half of us playing and half spectating. Like, I think you had fun either way, but I get what you're saying.
True.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting that you guys had almost identical answers. I bet there's a lot of people from our group who felt the same way. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, part of like the early dining is it was nice. It kind of felt nice to like be the first one there and just like you don't have to wait on anybody,
Yeah,
but you're so
true.
well fed throughout the days to have dinner at
Right.
5 o'clock. You're like,
Yeah.
I have no appetite for this, and
I
then
was never,
you,
ever hungry by then, past the first day.
Yeah. Especially when I'm
yeah,
pounding 3 ice cream cones a day. Like,
sometimes
Especially when I'm
4, a little bit
pounding
more.
3 ice cream cones immediately after lunch. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
Yeah, it's and the thing is for me at least, like just no matter how not hungry I was, I would still overeat and
Yep.
like,
Yep.
I
Well,
have to
because you want to try
maximize.
everything.
because there's
You
so many
do,
options.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
and the menu is
it's a
so good.
fancier yes, and it's a fancier dining experience than I regularly have. And so I'm like, I
Mhm.
got to take advantage of this time where I can order 2 appetizers and an entree and 3 desserts. You know, like I have to try it all.
Yeah, yeah, like a tiramisu and a cheesecake and a chocolate molten lava cake. Like those are things you would never say no to if you were on a
Right.
cruise. And
Right.
when they're not free, but when they're included in the cost, you're like, I'm not going to be an irresponsible adult. I have
And when
to.
there's things that we've never tried, like lobster or baked Alaska,
Right.
Yeah,
That
or
baked
we just gotta
Alaska was
have it
so
all.
good.
It was
I
so
was
good.
shocked.
that
It was
was
delicious. Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, need to
Good
bake
stuff.
Alaska more often.
Honestly, that's what
true.
I've been saying.
Yeah,
Utah just doesn't do it the same.
yeah. Come over, we'll bake some Alaska. All 3 of us.
Can't wait.
You paid for
Yeah.
the flight?
I will provide the stainless steel pan. How about that?
Oh, yeah.
I've got my
For our
own.
ice cream.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah.
Oh man.
I will say to your other point about wanting to like kind of be more prepared for the day and the activities and stuff. I will say like one of the challenges with that is not knowing the schedule of the cruise until you're there and have access to the app because
Mhm.
they don't publish everything on the app ahead of time. Like a few things you can kind of be prepared for, but like unless you're just diligent enough to, first thing in the morning, look at all the activities that are seemingly endless. Like the cruise line does
Yeah.
Oh my
an
gosh,
incredible
yeah.
job of having something for everybody at all times of the day.
Mhm.
So unless you're just hyper organized, then I feel like that'd be really tough to do. But
Yeah.
Yeah, but we also had like hours to spare when we got there the first day, so we could have planned our week.
That's true.
you can
Coulda,
say
shoulda,
stuff
woulda,
like that.
Next
Okay.
time.
Sorry.
You're making me sound like a liar, Audrey.
No, Grant, you're not
We
even
never
lying.
had any free time, remember?
Never ever.
Yeah. So true.
Oh man.
I love it. I love it. Last question that I have for you guys is just broader, what are other general observations about the cruise trip that you want to share? Because I know, there's things that we haven't covered, so I'd love to hear it.
One of the things that since we live in Utah, it's been a while since I've seen people be a little crazy. So I was like, the fact that people just have like drink after drink after drink and are smoking and just like not even like super crazy things, but just things that I haven't seen in a while was kind of wild that people choose to go for 7 days and just like wreck their bodies
I mean, I was wrecking my
Yeah.
body with how much food I was eating.
in different ways. In different ways.
But I hear you. I did. Yeah, I hated every time that we went to the towel checkout station and accidentally walked through the smoking section.
Ugh, it made me so mad.
Yeah. Well, I was mad at myself for forgetting it was there and walking through it, but
But also, it should have been in like a closed area.
yeah.
Or,
Yeah, that
or an
would've been
isolated
ideal.
spot.
Yeah.
Right.
Or just
yeah,
not
instead of
there.
right next to the pool that all the kids were in. That was interesting placement to
Oh my
me.
gosh,
But
yeah.
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, and my other thought was that 7 days was really fun, but I think if I were to do another cruise, I wouldn't do it one that's that long. Because by the end of it, I was like, I enjoyed it, but also I just want to go home and be in my bed.
Okay.
And I would say the
How long
toss-up.
would you?
Go ahead.
How? I was going to ask how many nights would be ideal for you.
Probably like 4 or 5.
4 or 5. Okay.
And I
What
think
were
the
you gonna say,
toss up
Kendall?
there is that like my probably my favorite part of the cruise was going on the excursions. And so I think that if you want to be able to stop at more ports and more places, you've
Mhm.
got to have a longer cruise. And I guess, it probably depends on where you are. We're Western
Yeah.
Caribbean, perhaps if you're Eastern Caribbean or, like West Coast of Mexico, leaving from California, whatever, like maybe you can still do a shorter cruise and have more stops.
Mhm.
But I think that's why it felt kind of crucial for this one to be that long because we wanted to stop at all the different destinations. And I loved getting
Mhm.
the variety of the 3 different ports. I thought that was really fun.
Yeah, it was cool, but also like I didn't really go out to Cozumel. Like I shopped around and that was basically it. And I'm not too bummed about it. So I'm like, I could just do like 2 excursions and be happy.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, something that I kept wondering about the cruise. This is just more generally like how cruises work. I just always wondered like how the heck do they park that thing? You know? Like the last night when we got back or the last morning, I guess, when we got back into Galveston, I think we all talked about the earthquake that we felt as like
Oh yeah.
the engines were stalling or doing whatever that was happening to get the port or to get this ship all settled back into port. But there are so many things about a cruise that I'm like, but how does that work? Like, it's such a
Right.
unique experience that's so foreign to me and so different from anything else I've ever experienced that I just kind of found myself being like in awe and dumbfounded the entire time. Like, but how and who thought of that? And why are we doing this right now?
Yeah. I think it was Tom Cruise who kind of invented the whole
That's why they call
that
it a
makes sense, yeah.
cruise.
used to be called a Tom, but nobody liked that. So
Yeah, not as nice of a ring
Tomothy.
to it.
Yeah,
Okay.
in fact, I don't think that they ever dropped an anchor. It just kind of like they have those enormous ropes that
Yeah.
they use to dock the ship or whatever, but I don't know the maritime terminology, but
Nor I.
I appreciated waking up and being like, "Ah, we're here." And not having to think about, whatever dumpster fire happened overnight
Right.
to get us there.
Right.
Yeah, and
so true.
by dumpster fire I mean like possibly the world's smoothest operation.
Seriously.
So
Yeah.
impressive. Yeah.
Honestly. Yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah. Well, Audrey, Kendall,
Grant.
Kendall, Audrey.
Brent, if
Brent.
you will.
Frank.
What a
Gary.
pleasure. What an absolute prazer it has been
Hey.
to have you both.
Thanks for having us on here, man. It's,
Wait,
I
Grant,
feel
let me
like
be the
this is
first to say
hopefully...
thank you for having us on here.
I
that's
feel
so
like this
thoughtful,
is my
Audrey.
opportunity to redeem myself after my only other mentions in the podcast have been how I stole the best road trip seat and coerced you into scratching my back. And, I'm hoping that
Kendall,
the
at least you
people
got some shout outs.
will see me in a better light. Fair
No,
enough.
absolutely you will not be in a better light because this whole
All
podcast
right.
is a ploy to blackmail you.
Excellent.
For all of the suffering. Just kidding.
Well, can't say it's not
Just
deserved.
It's not. Absolute pleasure again to have you. Thank you guys. For those who thought this was just a guy podcast, you're wrong. We accept females too.
Wow.
So
Very accepting.
we're not
That's so modern of you.
she woman haters. What is it for the little rascals?
You're
What do they
not
call 'em?
you're not He-Man woman haters.
Exactly. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anyway, love you guys. Thanks for joining the show. We will for
Love
sure
you
need to
too.
have you on in the future and
Grant.
have such a great week.
Always
Can't wait,
remember,
you too.
wash it before yummy yummy.
And see you later.